Okay, I'm back. Oh my gosh. So sorry about that. Anyway, so I am back on. Hopefully we can see, you guys can see me now. I hope. My internet, my Wi-Fi is just not the best right now. So anyway, I am back. So let's get into this. Again, I'm Jackie Baker. I am a real estate agent in Bergen County, New Jersey, and this is my weekly live stream. So let's get into this. If you're new, you're just coming on and you want to drop a comment, you have a question, just drop it down below in the chat. And I'm also on Facebook Live right now. Hopefully that's coming back on. I just want to make sure that we're all good. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So let's get into this. So let's talk about Zillow. This has been like the big news for the past few weeks. So back in October, Zillow announced they're putting a pause on their iBuyer program. So the iBuyer program, if you're not aware of this, iBuyers are they're companies that will basically make you an offer online. So you would go online to say it was Zillow offers. You would go on and say, I want to sell my house. You put the description of your home, you put the details out there, and then Zillow would then turn around and make you an offer and then therefore buy your house. Okay, sounds great, right? Sounds like an easy thing to do. Look, it's not a bad concept for those who need a quick sale. All right, there are sometimes situations where people need to sell their home quick and they can't wait for, putting it on, going through the whole listing process and getting it on MLS, all that other stuff. Sometimes they need to sell. And I get that. Okay. But this whole thing just caused so much, just so much speculation. The big thing is, if you saw my thumbnail to this, is a disaster coming? Is Zillow getting out of this iBuyer market because it's going to cause, they see that the market's going to crash. Now, I said it before in my video I did 2 weeks ago about it, and I'm going to say it again. No, this is not going to cause a crash. And I just want to put this out there that, yeah, I put this on my thumbnail to I wanted to draw some attention to it, but I also want to draw attention to the fact that we should not be creating fear out of this. Okay, everyone's still saying, no, the market's going to crash. It's going to crash. Folks, it is not. It's not going to happen. Look, I could be wrong and something could go haywire tomorrow and it could crash, but for the most part, all the analysts are saying and all the indications are pointing to that it's still a seller's market and it will be for a while. I digress. So if you watched my video I did a couple weeks ago, who remembers me saying this? Ready? Let's go into this. I did research on it, and I'm going to share with you today what's going on with this whole thing. So I did this whole video talking about when they paused their market, when they paused the iBuyer program. Oh, I'm sorry to say it, but here's what I said. If I can get it working. With the backlog, I also personally think Zillow bit off more than they can chew. I'm sorry to say it, but I think they got into something that personally I think they shouldn't have. So they pumped all this money into it, bought all these houses, and I don't think they really thoroughly planned to kind of like manage all of this. That's my thought. That's how I feel about it. Personally, Zillow I think they should just stick with being a website for people to access to look at homes. The whole Zestimate thing. Won't even go into that. It's just not even worth the discussion because estimates are not accurate. Okay, that's the problem right there. Let me stop my screen share. Oh, hello. I see you out there. Don't need a man. Stop telling me I do. Hi, I think you were on here a couple of weeks ago too. Thanks for dropping in. I appreciate it. So, I wanted to replay my video. Look, I'm not gloating about this. I'm not. It's terrible. I think that the fact that a few thousand people just lost their jobs because of this. I mean, it's unfortunate. I hate to see anybody lose their job. But what kills me, I'm going back to that Zestimate. Look, when I first got into this business and I would go on listing appointments and people would say, well, Zillow says my home is worth this. The Zestimate says this. Oh my God, I wanted to bang my head against a wall because the Zestimates were not accurate. And here you go. Zillow used their own Zestimate. They used their own AI. And what happened? It backfired on them totally. And I sound like I'm gloating, but I'm not. I think I'm frustrated. I am. I'm frustrated. This company's been frustrating me for years. And like I said in that video, I think they got into something they shouldn't have gotten into. And when they got into this, people were saying that realtors were going to be non-existent because of these programs, these iBuyer programs. Now, it's not just Zillow. There's another company called Open Door that does that service. And look, this proves what just happened with Zillow just proves 100% that you need a human being to help you when you're selling your house. Going and trusting that this algorithm, these estimates, and relying on that, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. So when, I don't know, I'm at a loss for words because I just get very frustrated with the whole company. I really do. I'm not a fan. I'm not afraid to say it. And I know a lot of people, look, you look for homes there. I get it. I look for homes there too. Like that's what it's good for. But what a lot of consumers don't understand, they don't see the other side of it, of how Zillow's making their money. They make their money off real estate agents. That's what it is. That's how they're doing this. So I could have a listing, right? And I could put that listing will go onto Zillow because as soon as I put that on multiple listing service, it'll go out onto Zillow. And then any leads, if anybody's interested in my listing, Zillow's taking their data and selling that information to real estate agents. So I don't participate in that. So there's this whole program. It's called the Zillow Premier Agent. And I'm not kidding you. It can cost, and depending on the zip code. Now, if it's a really hot zip code, it costs thousands of dollars a month. Okay. So think about it. If I had to pay thousands of dollars a month to get data off of my listing, okay, I'm putting a listing out there and I have to pay Zillow to get that information from people who are looking at my listing who may want to buy it. It drives me crazy. So I would never, I don't participate in their program, the Premier Agent program. I don't believe in it. We call it feeding the beast. We don't feed the beast. Zillow is the beast. We don't want to be a part of that. There are some agents that participate in it. Hey, good for you. If it's working for you, great. But the fact that they thought that they were going to try and replace the real estate agents here, because I think that's where they were going with this, and now it backfired. I don't know. Oh, well, sorry. But look, the end of the day, it is sad. It's a sad situation. Look, they lost $330 million in the third quarter, and they're laying off 25% of their workforce and shutting down that whole program. So it's unfortunate. People have lost jobs, and it's pretty sad. But look, maybe they'll be smart and they'll go back and just be a website. Just be a website to, show houses to people. Make it easy access for people to find a home, to search for homes. But that's it. I have no patience for them. And I'm frustrated. Because the other thing it's doing is causing this whole turmoil of the people are thinking now, if Zillow is backing out of this, that means it's going to crash. The market's crashing. They know something that the average person doesn't. No, it's not the case. It's not the case. It's creating all this unnecessary fear. And it's believe me, there's nothing to be afraid of. Okay. So I digress a little bit. So another topic I wanted to talk about tonight, had a question yesterday from somebody who was thinking about selling their house, and they wanted to know, hey, what about selling my house during the holidays? This was such a good question. I wanted to bring it up tonight and talk about how does that work? How does is the holiday time a good time to sell your house? Well, my opinion, yeah, I definitely think it's a good time to sell your house. Like if you're willing to, have people come and go in your house while your house is decorated. Yeah, I think, sorry, I'm just checking my chat. I think it's worth it. I do, especially now. So the inventory is still, it's, excuse me, it's still really low. So now we're going into the holiday season. The buyer demand is we see it drop off, but I can guarantee you in the holiday season, oh, there goes my dryer. Sorry. And during a holiday season, your super serious, motivated buyers are out shopping. So if think about it, if the inventory is really low now, a lot of people are going to hold out and during the holidays and not put their house on the market. You put your house on the market, and if there are still a bunch of serious buyers out there, it's going to go. It'll sell. And it's going to sell because, again, these people are serious and they want to buy your house. So I think the holidays is the better time to list than in the spring, because in the spring we have what us real estate agents like to call the tire kickers. The tire kickers come out in the spring. These people aren't serious. They just want to see, they want to go look at houses. The weather's nice. They want to go and see what came on the market. They want to get decorating ideas. Seriously. So, if you've thought about it and you're like, or if you need to sell your house during the holidays, it's a great time to do it. Also, another thing to think about too is a lot of job transfers to happen. They need to take place. Somebody's stepping into a new job, transferring to a new job within a company. They have to typically start beginning of January. So December is when they'll need to be moving in, or they'll have to go find something by like November. That's another good reason to list your house, because there are going to be people out there going through a job transfer. So the other thing too, why I like the holiday season, not so much the holiday season, but the winter in general, I think is a good time to actually go look at houses, because, and I say this to my buyers all the time, they're like, oh, the weather's not great. There's snow on the ground. Maybe we shouldn't go look. Like, no, we're going to look, because here's why. You want to see that house in the worst weather conditions possible. I love going to look at houses. If it's a heavy rainstorm, let's go look at it, because let's see, is the roof leaking? What's going on in the backyard? How's the drainage? Is there any pooling of water? Is there water coming into the basement? That is I'm sorry, bad weather is the best time to look at a house. So I'm all for it. So if you're house hunting in the winter, and again, the holidays, that's a good time just to check out homes, just so you can see them in the worst weather conditions ever. So anyway, so that's my whole thing on that. Now, really quick, I want to go into, I'm going to share my screen again. Okay. Where is everybody tonight? I think I got screwed because I had technical difficulties. All right, share screen. Home tab, where are you? Okay. Okay, isn't this a pretty report? I just pulled this off our Coldwell Banker site. This is an area report for Bergen County, and this is for the month of October. This is all property types. This is single family homes, condos, multifamily, and land. Now, let's take a quick look. This is a snapshot of what happened in Bergen County, month of October. Prices went up, not by a lot, not a ton of money, not really high. But let's go down here. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's kind of tough with this screen. But basically, in October of 2020, there were 1,266 homes or properties that sold. In October 2021, there was only 942. Oh my gosh. We had a decrease of 25.59% in the number of properties that sold in Bergen County. Now, our sold price did increase. It went up. So your median sold price went up 3.7%. So from last year, this time it was 540,000. This year went up to 560,000. Days on market is still, oh my God, it's still really low. It's 27 days. That's how long houses are lasting on the market. Oh my God. Yeah. So, and we have here the list to sold price ratio. So that's, don't mind my dog over there. That's telling us if the house sold for full price or more. So in this month, this year, October 2021, the list to sold price ratio was 100%. So that's basically what these homes property sold for asking price. So if we go down a little bit more, it's just crazy stuff. Absorption rate. Now this is the month's supply of inventory. Now, when you have a 6-month supply or more, actually 6-month supply of homes, this is how long a home sits on the market. That's a balanced market. Anything under 6 months is considered a seller's market. Anything above 6 months is a buyer's market. So look at October 21. It's just, oh my God. It was just barely 2 months of absorption rate. Oh my God. Yeah, folks, it's still crazy out there. Hold on. Let me get rid of this. Yeah, so that's the market in a nutshell. It's still a crazy seller's market. But look, if you're still in the market for buying, it's right now you still may want to hold off. I'm just going to say that there's not much out there, unless you're like super serious and you got to get something. Definitely try to get on the bandwagon. If you were on my live stream last week, I was speaking with Bob Wilderotter from Homebridge Financial. He is a mortgage lender. Bob was not anticipating the rates to go that high. I think he said they'll probably cap out around 4% next year, which is still really good. Right now, the rates are still hovering around 3%, which is really good. But I don't know what 2022 is going to bring us. It's so crazy. I don't know how this is going to, I don't know how this is all going to go down, if we're still going to be in the same situation and prices are rising. And yeah, and the demand, there's such a demand. There's such a shortage of houses out there. And it's got to get better. It has to get better. I mean, I have people that need homes and they're not out there. And but just to go back really quick, this just popped into my head. I'm like all over the place tonight. I'm sorry. Getting back to Zillow. So there was another question about what's going to happen with all these homes. They have like I read in some articles, there's like 8,000 homes that they have in their inventory. Another article said they have like 14,000 homes that they need to offload. So there is this big rumor out there that big investment companies were just going to buy up Zillow's inventory. Like one of the companies that the name was being thrown around was BlackRock. Well, come to find out that is not true. It's not. Zillow is going to be putting all of those homes out onto the open market to anybody, investors, buyers, whatever. Now they're going to lose money on them, but the good thing is that's going to be adding inventory into those markets where Zillow bought homes. Now, the offers program was not all over the United States. They only had certain markets. I don't think I still have that up. I don't. No, I don't have that up. The markets, I had a tab up that showed where the Zillow markets were. But anyway, so yeah, that's what's going on. And again, getting back to Zillow, I really hope they learn something from it. And I hope that, I just hope people aren't discouraged, because I think that was another thing people were upset about, that they're going to have all of these. They bought out all these homes, and they were also saying that they were buying all these homes to drive up the prices in a neighborhood. It just caused all this chaos, and I don't know, it's just unnecessary. Look, I get it. You want to expand your business, you want to try something. Everything's a risk. I understand that, but to me, it was greed. I think they were trying to use that algorithm, use that Zestimate to their advantage to try and help them succeed in this business. I don't blame them, but we've been saying it for years how inaccurate that Zestimate is. And it just, okay, I'll shut up. I'm just going on about this whole Zestimate thing, and it's driving me crazy. So anyway, does anybody, I see I have like 6 people on here right now. Does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? Is there anything else that you would like me to cover on my weekly live streams? I'm so open to that. So if you're not watching this live and you're watching this on demand afterwards, drop me a comment. Let me know what other things you'd like me to discuss. I try to bring up a lot of current events while I'm here, and while I'm on here every week, and just talk about all that good stuff. So anyway, all right, I think that's all I got. 22 minutes. This is it. This is a short one. So let me know if you have any questions. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video. For those of you who still live in Manhattan, you're thinking about moving out to Bergen County, I made an updated video about commuting towns from New Jersey to New York City. And all these towns are in Bergen County. I kind of went and did my own analysis and came up with some options of good towns to live in that has a relatively easy commute into New York City. And feel free to drop comments there too. If there's a town there that you're interested in that I didn't mention, please put that on there and let me know. And yeah, so that's it. So that's all I have. Thanks so much. Thanks for letting me rant. Oh my God. Hopefully this will be the end of the Zillow conversation for a long time. Okay. All right. You guys have a wonderful evening, and I will see you next week. Thanks so much for joining me tonight.